Hi, this is Bruce. I'm reading from the 24-hour day meditation book for October 2nd. The thought for today says, what makes an effective talk at an AA meeting? It is not a fine speech with fine choice of words and an impressive delivery. Often, a few simple words direct from the heart are more effective than the most polished speech. There's always a temptation to speak beyond your own experience in order to make a good impression. This is never effective. What does not come from the heart does not reach the heart. What comes from personal experience and a sincere desire to help the other person reaches the heart. Do I speak for effect or with a deep desire to help? The meditation is, thy will be done, must be your oft repeated prayer. And in the willing of God's will, there should be gladness. You should delight to do that will, because when you do, all your life goes right, and everything tends to work well for you in the long run. When you are honestly trying to do God's will and humbly accepting the results, nothing can seriously hurt you. Those who accept the will of God in their life may not inherit the earth, but they will inherit real peace of mind. And the prayer for today, for the day, is I pray that I may have a yielded will. I pray that my will may be attuned to the will of God. So I made some notes. Basically, no arguments with any of that stuff. The thing I'm sort of pulling from it is that, the undercurrent for me is that I have to stick to my guns. I have to exercise and train my faith, because basically faith is needed to accept these principles that are put down in today's reading. So the thought starts to talking about what's an effective way to share. It's not necessarily a fine choice of words and impressive delivery that's important. It's saying that as long as you speak from the heart, that can be more effective than the most polished speech. It says, avoid the temptation to speak beyond your own experience in order to make an impression. So, because speaking to make an impression is never really effective in a recovery setting. What doesn't come from the heart doesn't reach the heart. What comes from personal experience and a desire to help the other person reaches the heart. So the question is, do I speak for effect or with a desire to help? And I want to speak with a desire to help. Don't want to be showing up to get my ego fluffed up. There's no use in that. In fact, that's really the opposite of why I'm in recovery. I want to deflate my ego and, be humble. That's the way I want to be. I want to be a humble guy. Be accepting, be humble, be faithful, and strive for God's perfection, strive to do God's will. That's the way I want to be. So the meditation says, thy will be done. Repeat this prayer often. So yeah, it's something I have to keep reminding myself throughout the day, because I get up in the morning and my intent is to do God's will. My intent is to be living the good life. But then I get into life, I get into the day, and I get stressed, I get distracted. Little things come along and I get upset. I take the bait, but I really just got to realize that I have to train my faith. I have free will. So when it comes down to it and I can choose something that I know is not God's will, I have to stick to my guns, and I have to do the thing that I believe to be God's will rather than the thing that I believe to not be God's will. So there's gladness and delight in doing God's own will, because then all goes right and everything works well for me in the long run. When honestly trying to do God's will and humbly accepting the results, nothing can seriously hurt me. I will inherit real peace of mind by accepting the will of God. I pray today that I may yield my will to be attuned to the will of God. Thanks for that. Have a great day. Bye.